So today we're talking about summer classes and kind of the benefits of taking summer courses at either SDSU or at a community college. So we will cover all of that today. So, taking summer classes can be a really great way to just stay on track or even get ahead with your classes. So if you all don't mind, if you want to go ahead and put in the chat what classes that you're considering or planning on taking this summer, just so I can kind of keep track of that too. So with summer session, let's go ahead. First, we're going to start with SDSU summer classes and talk about that. And then we'll transition into community college summer courses. So let's see, we have in the chat, so Psych 407. Okay, great. So we have some major classes that we're looking at taking. So you could take major courses, you could take GEs. So the nice thing with taking a summer class at SDSU, is that, it's very straightforward, right? So you know how the class is going to reflect on your degree evaluation and how it's going to be applied towards your degree. And so classes are offered at SDSU every summer, both online, and there are some in-person options this summer as well. So like I said, the pros of taking summer classes at SDSU, it's very straightforward. You know how it's going to reflect on your degree evaluation. You might already know the instructor or the professor teaching it and have a relationship with them. And there's multiple sessions to choose from. So we can take a look here. So summer 2022 session dates, probably the most popular ones that you're going to see are going to be the 6-week summer session. So there's session 1, and that ranges from May 24th, so right at the end of this semester, to July 6th. And then the 6-week summer session number 2, which starts July 5th and then goes until August 17th. And then I believe we start next fall semester the week after this in August. So those are some of the pros with that. There are some other session dates. So for example, you can see here, there's a 4-week summer session. There's only a couple courses available. Someone mentioned you're interested in taking Chem 100. That would be one of our 8-week summer sessions. So you can see the range of dates here, the last day of classes, and then when you're able to start registering for courses. So you could start planning for courses, summer courses, in your web portal as early as February 21st. So if you're interested in using the My Planner function in web portal, you just need to log into your web portal and then click on the My Registration tab. And then from there, you can see when your assigned registration date and time is for summer classes at SDSU. So registration begins tomorrow, March 1st, as you can see right here. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone will be able to enroll in summer classes on March 1st. That's why it's important to look at your assigned registration date and time, but it will be sometime, in the first week and a half here of March. So you'll want to check on that. Okay, here we go. So as you all know, when you, register for fall or spring classes, it's going to pop up right here in web portal. So main campus, you want to make sure you update the period to summer 2022 when you're searching. So we'll just click update. You can see here summer 2022. So for example, like I know Psych 101 is a pretty popular class. So let's search for this. We can look up psychology. Course number goes right here. So 101. And then we can search. So this is how to look for summer. So you'll want to make sure you're checking the session time. So you can see here, there's an option for session 1, which, like I was saying, was that first 6 weeks of the summer. And then there's an option for session 2, which is the second 6 weeks of the summer. So same as always, you can check your location. Some classes are online, like I was mentioning, and then some may be in person. So make sure that you're if you want to take it online, if you're going out of town, or if you're staying in San Diego and want to take it in person. And then this just shows you, how many seats are going to be available and how many are open. So since registration doesn't start until tomorrow, of course, you'll see that all the seats are available, but this is how we can search for classes on here. And then let's do an example to find like an in-person class for the summer. So we'll just click update and let's look up a math class. So let's try math 140. And we can see here the difference that this class is going to be in person. So it shows you the location. It shows you what day. So you can see here, this one daily, here's our time, and this is a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So just make sure you're checking this when you go to enroll in classes. So let's go now and take a look at the summer 2022 tuition and fees. So sometimes paying for summer classes can look a little bit different than your spring or fall semesters, just depending on scholarships, grants, aid, anything that you might have. So we want to make sure that we're looking at our basic tuition. So if you pull up the financial aid website, we can look at summer 2022. So number of units, and then this is going to be undergraduate. So the cost per, for unit. So there's for 1 unit, most classes are going to be 3. Something like a math or a chem could be a little bit more. So make sure you're checking this. And if you have any questions, financial aid scholarships, I highly recommend you meet with student financial aid just to discuss that with them to see if there's any maybe scholarships that you could qualify for as well. And so if you have any questions about how your current scholarships or your financial aid, grants, loans, et cetera, apply to summer courses, make sure to be doing that sooner than later. So you can always, just look up the financial aid and scholarships website and then reach out to them through here. So make sure that is getting taken care of before. The pros of taking summer classes at a community college. So, if you're going to be home, if home is not San Diego for you, you can always, maybe look at taking a class at home. The big one too, that it can be less expensive. So it can generally be less expensive to take a class at a community college. So I know that's a really important factor as well. So this is how you can search for transfer classes that will transfer back to SDSU. So this is the Transfer Admission Planner, also known as TAP. So sometimes you'll hear advisors refer to this. So you can search for, transfer courses that are going to meet SDSU GE requirements. You can look at a specific transfer course, if you're planning on taking a certain course at a specific community college and seeing an SDSU equivalent. But what we're going to want to do for today, and when you're looking up community college classes for the summer, is to select an SDSU course and search for a transfer course equivalent. So let's go ahead and click this right now. So let's start with an in-state community college. Let's look up something here that's in San Diego. So I live really close to Miramar College, which is part of the San Diego community college system. So what you can do is you want to start with the first letter of the college. It will always, for those, be under San Diego. So make sure you're just double checking the official name of the institution, and then we'll look it up. So let's find San Diego Miramar College, and then we'll go ahead and click select. So, I brought up Psych 101 as an example earlier as an SDSU class that's offered in the summer. So let's look for a community college equivalent at San Diego Miramar College. So we'll select the course. Again, it was Psych 101, and then you just hit select. Okay, so the nice thing to see here is you can see, okay, there is a college equivalent course offered at Miramar College, something that's going to transfer back to SDSU. So you can see Psych 101, spelled a little differently here, is the equivalent of Psych 101 at SDSU. They don't always have the same number, so just make sure you're checking that. But the most important thing you want to check is the SDSU course availability. So this is the contract date. So we can see here that Psych 101 has been offered at Miramar College and has transferred back to SDSU from fall 1976 through summer 2022. So you want to make sure that you can see the updated, most updated dates. So if you see something that shows it's good through summer 2022, that's great. That means it will transfer back to SDSU. So making sure you're checking this contract date. We can look up something, it may be an out-of-state community college. So we'll want to change institution. And so I'm from Reno, Nevada. So let's look up the community college that's there. So it would be Truckee Meadows Community College. So I am going to scroll down and find this. And then again, let's use Psych 101 as our example. Okay, so we can see here that, Truckee Meadows Community College does offer Psych 101, but right here you see that the contract date only goes through summer 2020. So what you'll want to do is that if you see the contract date is not updated through summer 2022, you're going to want to reach out to an evaluations advisor here at SDSU. So let's look at their website real quick. Evaluations advising is offered, they're in the same office as the office of the registrar, but they're the people who determine how classes are going to transfer back to your, degree evaluation here at SDSU. So if you see that maybe any contract dates are not updated through the summer, or if you just want to confirm, that your class that you're taking at a community college, even if the contract date is good through summer 2022. If you want to just confirm that everything will transfer back here the way you hope it would, I would recommend meeting with an evaluations advisor. We don't want you to take a class, invest your time and your money into a class, and then realize it's not going to transfer back how you hoped it would. So this is super easy to make an appointment with them. So you can just schedule through SDSU Navigate, like you would for any kind of advising appointment. And you can just let them know, like, hey, this is a class I'm planning on taking at blank community college. How is this going to transfer back to SDSU after I take it? So I'd always recommend just confirming with them how things will transfer back. I just kind of like to double or triple check with those things. But that way you can get all your questions answered as far as how it will look. So once you take your class in the summer, so again, let's use our example of Psych 101. So let's say this summer you took Psych 101 at San Diego Miramar College, and let's say you're finished with the class in the end of July. So as soon as you get your official grade back for the class, you can have your transcript sent over to SDSU. Most times all the transcripts are going to be electronic now. So it's pretty rare that transcripts are sent like paper in the mail, but it still could happen depending on the community college. So you can see here what you'll want to do for official transcript, and you'll want to make sure it's official, is that you can order it through the website. So if you're taking a class here, you'll have a login, or for any school, and then you'll be able to send it to SDSU. So once SDSU gets your official transcript, the evaluations advisor will look it over, and then they will determine how that transfer credit will be applied to your degree. So SDSU has a nice little transfer page as well. So you can look up transcripts SDSU. I think if you just Google transcripts SDSU, this should pop right up. But this just kind of gives you a little bit more insight on how to submit your transcripts if you have any questions about that. So we can see here, we're going to want to make sure to allow for 2 to 3 weeks for processing. What I would also recommend too is if you're looking for like other community colleges in the area, so good ones in the San Diego County community would be San Diego Miramar College, San Diego Mesa, San Diego City College, Palomar College, and Grossmont College. So those are good options to look at if you want to stay local this summer and take something at a community college here.